Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah with another lesson. And in this lesson, we're going to go into the chariots of the Lord, man. You see it, and how this technology that the Most High has far outclasses anything that Esau has, man. And you're going to see in this little Instagram reel I have that one of the brothers sent to one of the chats, man, how Esau doesn't stand a chance against Yahweh Shah when he returns, man. You see? And he knows it. And Esau knows it, man. But let's get right into it. Let's start right here in Psalms 104. We'll start at 1. It says what? Bless Yahweh, O my soul. O Yahweh, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty. And he is, man. You see? Because the Most High is the most righteous, man. You see? The perfect spirit. Verse 2 says what? Who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. You see that? The heavens are stretching out because what? It's because of the Most High. He's doing that by his power, man. He's expanding the heavens. There's your answer, you scientists, you astrologers. Why is the heavens continually stretching out? It's because the Most High God, Yahweh, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Israelites, he's doing it by his power, man. You see? There's your explanation. Verse 3 says what? Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Because this is how the Most High and Yahweh Shah and the angels, you see, they travel about on these chariots, man. Those so-called UFOs, those are the vehicles of heaven, man. The chariots of God. You see? And this is how our Lord Yahweh Shah is returning. And we're going to get into that in this lesson, man. We have a beautiful heritage that we're a part of, man. No other nation can say that they have this type of technology on their side, man. Now, the Most High has blessed Esau with some high-powered technology, but it doesn't even come close to what Yahweh Shah is returning with, man. Let's get this Psalms right here. Psalm 68, verse 17 says what? The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. You hear that? There's thousands of 20 of thousands, even thousands of chariots, man. An innumerable multitude of chariots out there in the heavens. And they're starting to make themselves known more and more each and every day, man. And those brothers who believe in Yahweh Shah, man, we see them all the time. We see them all the time, man. You see? Now, the time is going to come when they're going to start getting closer to the earth and completely manifesting themselves, man. Ain't going to be no more disguising themselves as just little dots of light floating through the skies, man. You see? The time is going to come where these chariots are going to be hovering over the city for hours on end, days on end. You want a good illustration of that? Go watch the first Independence Day, man. That was a sign of things to come. That type of event is going to take place, and that's all according to biblical prophecy, man. It's no coincidence that these chariots are being spotted all throughout the world, especially here in the land of America. And the prophecy tells you why they're here and showing themselves so much here in the land of America, man. This is how we know, you see, where we are in prophecy. This is how we know that this land is Babylon the Great, man, the home of the thief. Because it tells us in Zechariah 5, the flying scroll. It wasn't an actual flying scroll. It was a chariot that the prophet Zechariah was seeing. Verse 1 says what? Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And they've been spotted all throughout the world, man. And the closer we get to Yahweh's second coming, they're gonna make themselves more, and they're gonna manifest themselves more and more to the world, man. And in plain sight. Once again, ain't gonna be no question of if that's real or did that really happen or if that was CGI. Ain't gonna be no more questions of that, especially amongst the true believers, because we gonna know exactly. You see what they are. Now you do have Esau that's gonna come with his Blue Beam, Project Blue Beam BS. You see, but that's not gonna deceive the elect, man. You see, because we know what these chariots are coming to do. Now, when Esau activate the Project Blue Beam bullshit, he might have a so-called alien invasion happen, and then they might talk about he might say, he might program the fucking CGI bullshit to say, we come in peace, we just want to be at peace with you humans, so forth and so on. That type of shit happening, we know that's staged, man, because we know that the angels ain't coming to make peace. We know that Yahweh and the angels they're not coming to make peace. They're coming to wage war, man. You see? So for everyone out there listening, if you see these chariots come down and a little gray man float out, we want peace, this, and we want to help you advance your technology, whatever. You know how to show the shit in the movies. That type of shit happening, that's not according to biblical prophecy. Because let's show you what these vehicles are gonna do when they fully start to manifest themselves, man. This is Zechariah 5:3. It says what? Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. Meaning what? Judgment is going to be pouring out from these vehicles. Judgment. You want a good illustration of that? Go watch War of the Worlds, man, with Tom Cruise. When those tripods came up out of the ground, they started zapping people. That's what the angels are going to be doing in these chariots, man. Casting out judgment in the earth. You see? The reapers are about to reap, man. It says what? Verse 4. I shall bring it forth, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shall host, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Now there's a map you can go look up on Google. If you type in where have the most UFO sightings happened, it's gonna bring you to go to images. It's gonna take you to an image of America being completely lit up with lights, and it's showing you all the UFO sightings that's happened here in this land, and it's more than anywhere else in the world. You know why? Because this is the house of the thief. Who was the thief? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You see? This is how we know we're in Babylon the Great, man. This is one of the many telltale signs of what this place is. You see? Now, if it was ancient Babylon was Babylon the Great, guess what? You would have many chariot sightings over there, but that's not the case. The main landmass where these vehicles are being witnessed and spotted is here in the land of America, man. Go look up the map. Go look it up. It says what? Zechariah 5:4. I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Talking about these chariots. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And that's what you Edomites do. You have all your elected officials swearing on the Bible, and do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And you put your hand on the Bible and say, I swear. And the whole time you're in office, you ain't doing nothing but corrupt BS, man. You see? Put on this front as if the Bible is the law of the land, but you people uphold nothing the Bible tells you to uphold. So you're swearing falsely by the Most High's name, man. You're being a hypocrite. And because of that, that's one of the many reasons the Most High is about to cast judgment upon this place. And he's going to use these chariots, these angels in these chariots to do it. It says what? And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. And when you go into that word consume, it goes into especially by fire. Let's show you. Because that's what these chariots are bringing, man. They're bringing fire. Fire. You see? Because this place is going to be burned up. Look at that. We get in the context of it. It says what? Because you know you can't eat and drink wood. So you know they ain't talking about that. You ain't going to ingest wood. It says what? Especially of a fire, completely destroyed. And that's what's about to happen to this land. And these chariots are going to play a major part in that. Right along with those 200 million thermonuclear warheads that's going to rain down upon Babylon the Great. You see? Causing this place to be engulfed in fire for it to suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah before it. This is what's coming, man. You see? Now, I want to show you this little snippet real quick.
And in our atmosphere, imagine something that had the ability to fly in space, underwater, and in our atmosphere at 13,000 miles an hour and change directions instantly. We fly the SR-71 at 3,200 miles an hour. If you wanted to take a right-hand turn, it would take you roughly half the state of Ohio to do it. And yet what we're seeing are objects that can do 90-degree turns instantly. And we're not talking about speeds of 3,200 miles an hour. They've been clocked at over 13,000. The question arises, how is that possible? Imagine something that had
these are vehicles that the Almighty God Yahweh has created. You see? Man had nothing to do with this, man. The ultimate being, Yahweh. You see, he came up with these vehicles in his mind, and his son Yahweh Shai and Alahayim brought them forth. You see? That's how it's possible. The God of the Bible is doing this, man. These are his creations. The perfect vehicles. You see? That cannot be shot down. So that whole bullshit that happened a few weeks ago, Esau talking about he shot down the UFO, bullshit. You see, Esau don't even have vehicles that can maneuver with the chariot, man. So we know that's all a lie. They say they SR whatever. That shit to make a damn turn, it would have to take an angle wide as fucking Ohio to make a turn. And the most highest vehicle can stop and turn on a 90-degree angle on a dime. How the hell you gonna shoot that down, Esau? A complete liar, man. You see? So what's about to happen? So what's about to happen is that great war in heaven that we read about in Revelation 12, that's the war between Esau and his inferior technology versus Yahweh Shai and the heavenly host with their superior technology, man. It wasn't talking about Satan fighting against Michael in heaven. No, man. Satan's on the right, on the left-hand side of the Most High, being completely obedient to the Most High's will. You see? That was talking about a physical war that's going to take place between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, which is fastly approaching, man. You see? Well, the physical realm and the spiritual realm collide. That's what's about to happen. You see? Let's get that in real quick. Yep. Second Esdras 13 and 30, it says what? And it shall come to pass, unless it's like it, and it shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. You see? Because it's going to be complete war when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns. It's going to be fighting over here. It's going to be civil wars in America. You're going to have World War III going on. You see? The Most High going to open up the spiritual world, and all type of demons and apparitions are going to be showing themselves. fighting against these people out here in the world, man. It's going to be all out chaos on the earth when Yahweh Shai shows up. And when he does, what's going to happen? That great war in heaven is going to take place. Because Yahweh Shai is going to show up with an armada of chariots, man, to wage war against the heathen, beginning with the Edomite. You see? And that's what the Revelation 12 is talking about, man. Let's show you that real quick. So we're going to stay in this chapter. We're going to also go back and get Revelation 12. Starting at verse 7. Yup. So let's read 12. Yeah, let's read 13 real quick. So 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1, it says what? And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. He's having a vision of the future. You see? Verse 13, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Whew! And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. You see? So all that fucking pride and that arrogance that you people are walking around in now, when Yahweh Shai returns, all that shit gonna stop, man. You see, because he's coming back in great power and glory. And you people are going to be shook. You see, that's how we know that you acting right now. Because ain't nothing really happened. But when it does, the prophecy let us know that you're going to be trembling. You see? You're going to be completely terrified when the Lord Yahweh Shai returns. Oh, let's get this real quick. Revelation 1 and 7, it says what? Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so let it be. So everyone is going to witness Yahweh Shai return, man. This is going to be a worldwide event. You see? And that's another sign to let us know that that BS you Christians believe in is just that, BS. Because you talk about a rapture doctrine where the Lord is going to come in the middle of the night and steal away the true believers and no one is going to know about it. Well, according to the Bible, that's not what it says. It says when the Lord Yahweh Shai return, every eye going to see it. You see? Every eye is going to witness, if you're still alive at that point, every eye is going to witness the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. And you people are going to be shook. You see? And this scripture proves reincarnation because what? Those who pitched, those soldiers, those centurions, those Roman centurions who pierced Yahweh Shai on that cross, they're here to get that judgment, which proves what? Reincarnation. They're going to witness Yahweh Shai when he returns, man. You see? So let's go back. So this is 2nd Ezra 13 and 3. It says what? And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whenever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. Now that means what? That backs up the point I made earlier about Zechariah 5, how when Yahweh Shai returns with the chariots, they're going to be zapping people with those laser beams from the chariot. As a what? As a form of judgment. The Bible tells you that's prophecy, man. This is how the Lord is returning. He told you out of his own mouth. He told you out of his own mouth, you Christians, how he was coming back. Matthew 10 and 34 says what? Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword. Why? Because he's coming to judge, man. He's coming to judge in righteousness, to punish you people for your wickedness. You see? And as he enters this earth, he's going to be zapping motherfuckers, man. Getting you up out of here. You see? And what else backs this up? Let's go to this. Let's go to Isaiah 66 We'll start at verse 15. It says what? For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Do you hear that? Let's get this real quick. Let's go into that word plead. It goes into shapat, which means what? To judge, vindicate, punish all flesh that's walking in the spirit of rebellion and disobedience. That's what Yahweh Shai is coming to do, man. You see? That's why people, they were feeling like earth when it filleth the fire. Because he was zapping them, man. He was judging them. He was destroying them. Slaying them, punishing them, man. For their wickedness. Another one that proves that point is Jeremiah. See if I can remember 32 and 25. I got it this time. Damn. Jeremiah 25 and 32. Every time. Every time. Jeremiah 25 and 32, it says what? Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts. Behold, evil or bad times shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. What's that great whirlwind? That's talking about that chariot that Yahweh Shai is he's gonna come down in. He's gonna crack the clouds in a gigantic so-called UFO. It's not gonna be an alien invasion, man. It's gonna be the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You see? And what does it say? Verse 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. There shall be dung upon the ground. Because when Yahweh Shai returns, man, he's gonna punish a lot of people, man. You see? Including the nation's militaries when he shows up in the midst of World War III. Yahweh Shai is going to be putting in work when he comes back, man. And this is how we're going to know the difference between Project Blue Beam, that left-handed witchcraft by Esau, and the true second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. It's going to be two completely different experiences, man. Trust. You see, we know, according to prophecy through the Holy Spirit, man. So going back to 2 Esdras 13, and 4 says what? And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire, because he was judging them. Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. What is that talking about? That's talking about the nation's militaries that have been gathered together to fight World War III. They're going to be fighting and warring against each other. Then when Yahweh Shai shows up, they're going to turn their attention from each other to the Lord Yahweh Shai. Verse 6 says what? But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. That great mountain is representative. It represents what? It represents that gigantic ship that Yahweh Shai is going to be coming in on, man. A chariot so big, Ezra had to compare it to a mountain. And just me speaking as a man, I believe it's going to be bigger than that. This chariot is about to be huge, man. To the point it's going to block out the lights of heaven. You see? That's how big this chariot is going to be. And to back up that point, NASA has caught on video so-called UFOs 10 times the size of Earth. So it's not far-fetched, man. They've caught it on video. They've caught it on live feeds. You see the size of these vehicles, man. So it's gonna be a spectacular event, and this is how every eye is gonna see them, man, because you're not gonna be able to miss it, man. It says what? Verse 7. But I would have seen the region, a place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight. Why were they afraid? Because you have to understand, these soldiers are not being briefed on what's about to happen in World War III. See, they think they're just going over there to fight other nations, soldiers or whatever. They haven't been told by the higher-ups or their leaders that, hey, well, when y'all go over here, yeah, you're going to be fighting against the heathen, these other soldiers, but eventually, Jesus Christ is going to come back. Jesus Christ is going to come back on a gigantic UFO, and we're going to have to fight against them. They ain't been told that. You see? They ain't been told that. But if they were listening to the men of the Lord, the prophets, we would tell you, hey, shit, we have been telling you. You dumbass Israelites who've joined Esau's military. You see? Because you proud to be an American. Listen, when this fucking war pop off, best believe they're going to put a whole bunch of you Israelites on the front line, and you're going to have to face our Lord Yahweh Shai during the time of World War III, man. Because he's coming. You see? It's going to be live and direct in your face. And if you're not a part of the elect, your ass is going to be burned up according to prophecy, man. And we're going to show you. So it says what? All they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Because what? They're going to be terrified, man. They never witnessed nothing like this, man. They haven't experienced this. But the Most High is going to put the spirit upon them to fight, to do what? To fulfill prophecy. Which prophecy is that? Let's go to it. Revelation 12:7. It says what? And there was war in heaven. Once again, this is the nations and their carnal armies try to fight against Yahweh Shai and his spiritual army or spiritual host. It says what? And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, which represents Esau, and the dragon fought and his angels, going into their fighter jets. You see? Their flying vehicles maneuvered by their soldiers. Now, what does it say? Verse 8 tells you, man, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. You hear that? So we already know what it's going to be when the Lord Yahweh Shai shows up. Victory, man. He's going to win. We already know what's going to take place. It says what? And the great dragon was called out. Was cast out. He is being called out. And the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent called the devil and Satan, talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It says what? Which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Meaning what? Cast down, cast out of power. You see? Because that's what's taking place. Esau is being snatched out of rulership. You see? And like the majority of kingdoms before America, this place is going to go down by way of war. Except this time, the heavens are coming to wage war on the earth, man. And the Lord Yahweh Shai will prevail, as it is written. And it's all according to the will of the Almighty God Yahweh, man. You see? So let's go back to 2nd Esdras 13 and we'll finish off on this. So this is 2nd Esdras 13. And 9 it says what? And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And that goes into the weapons he's going to use from these chariots, man. You see that? He's going to send a gigantic blast down upon the nation's military over there in the Middle East. Perfect. You want to get an illustration of that? Go watch Independence Day. When those clowns are standing up on that building talking about, you're welcome here, and they sent that big-ass blast, that beam down, that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do to the nation's military. But it's going to be on a God-like scale, man. Ain't going to be just one building. You see? Because it tells you, verse 11 says what? And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Ezra is telling us, Yahweh Shai destroyed all those soldiers in the Middle East in one blast. That's all it took. You see? The army of America, the Northern Army, the army of Russia, the Iraqi army, the Israeli army, whatever army is over there in the Middle East fighting in World War III, they're going to be destroyed in one blast. That's the type of power that has been bestowed upon our Lord Yahweh Shai, to wipe out an innumerable multitude in one shot. You see, from this vehicle known as a chariot, man. The same vehicles that we see being spotted all throughout the earth, especially here in the land of America. You see? And there is nothing that Esau or any of these heathen nations can do against this type of technology, man. It's a wrap. You're going to lose. As it is written, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful like I came out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai has created us to do. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.